Hi, this is Ann with Graphic Design How To, and today I'm going to show you some really common keyboard shortcuts and settings in Adobe Illustrator. And if you're a beginner, this is perfect for you, but if you used Illustrator a few times, you're probably going to know all these. If you want to use the same file that I used in this video, I'll leave a link below to the Google Drive file. And by the way, this is an excerpt from my Skillshare class, 10 Easy Things to Draw in Adobe Illustrator. So if you like the way I teach and you want to take that class for free, there's a link in a comment down below that will give you 2 free weeks to Skillshare so you can take all my classes for free. All right, let's get started. In this video, I'm going to go over a few settings and a few common keyboard shortcuts. So let's open the first exercise file. It's called Exercise 1 Common. I'll go to File, Open, and then I'll navigate to the Exercise 1 Common file. And I'm going to open this. Now for you, this might be in your Downloads folder. I also wanted to mention another thing about the toolbar. Now I like to have mine as 2 columns, and to change that, you can just click this 2 little arrows button right up here. This will make it 1 column, and clicking it again will make it 2 columns. You also might find that you're not seeing as many tools as are shown on my screen. So to fix that, click these 3 little dots and then choose this little flyout up here. Yours might be set to basic, so you'll want to change that to advanced. Then if it disappears, go to Window, Toolbars, and Advanced again. Okay, the first common shortcut is the letter V. V will bring you to your selection tool, which is this tool right up here. With this tool, you can click on an object and move it around. So let's click on it and just bring it over here to the little pointer. Now you'll notice that it goes in front of the little pointer. We can change the stacking order by using our Arrange menu command. You'll want to make sure you have an object selected, and then you'll go to Object, Arrange, and then Send to Back. Now it's underneath the pointer. Now when you do that, you can see the keyboard shortcuts are right here on the right side of the selection. So if we wanted to bring this back to the front, that would be Shift Command right bracket or Shift Control right bracket on Windows. Another very common keyboard shortcut is Copy, which is Command C on a Mac and Control C on a Windows machine. So let's copy and then paste this Command V or Control V. Those two are very, very common, and you can use them in almost any program, not just Illustrator. You can use them in Word, Excel, Photoshop. A lot of different programs support this. You can even copy files and paste them like that by hitting Command C and Command V, or Control C and Control V. Let's click our gear and delete it. Another very common keyboard shortcut is Command G or Control G, and that is Group. So with our V tool, the selection tool, let's click on this umbrella. You'll notice we've only clicked on this piece up here, and if we move this, the bottom part of the umbrella doesn't move. I'm going to hit Command Z or Control Z to undo that. So now let's group them. I'm going to select them both and then hit Command G or Control G. That puts them in a group. So let's click off. And when I say click off, I just mean click on a part of the document that doesn't have anything on it. So this area right over here, it'll deselect everything. And now if we click and drag, we have the whole umbrella and it's moving together because we've grouped it. I'll undo with Command Z or Control Z. Another very common keyboard shortcut that you'll use all the time is the spacebar. The spacebar toggles to the hand tool, and that one's right over here, but I never click this hand tool over here. I just hit my spacebar. When you have the spacebar held down, you can click and drag to move around your canvas. So it's very handy. The next important keyboard shortcut is the Zoom tool. I'm going to hit Z on my keyboard, which will bring up the Zoom tool, which is right here. I always hit Z instead of clicking over here. It's just much faster. And there are 2 ways to use Zoom. Right now my Zoom tool is set to animate. So if I want to see this heart a little better, I can just click right in the middle of the heart and then drag to the right to zoom in like this. And I'll drag to the left to zoom out. Now I actually don't like using the animated zoom very much. Let's go ahead and change it to the non-animated zoom. I'm going to go to my preferences again. That's Command K or Control K on your keyboard, or you can find them under Illustrator on a Mac, or under Edit, Preferences on Windows. So to change this to non-animated zoom, I'll go to Performance and then I'll uncheck Animated Zoom, and we'll say OK. So I'm still on my Zoom tool, but the difference is, instead of clicking in the middle and scrolling right and left, I just draw a box around the thing I want to see closer. So I'll just draw a box right here, and now we're zoomed in. Now it's totally okay if you like the animated zoom better, but in this class you might notice the zoom works a little differently because I don't have it turned on. Okay, let's hit V to get back to our selection tool right up here. If you want to select more than one object, there are a couple ways to do that. You can draw a box around the two things you want to select with your selection tool, or you can click on one, hold Shift, and click on another one, and then click on another if you want to select that. Now, if you accidentally double click, you might find that you've got a different view, and this is known as isolation mode. Now, I don't really use this, but it does happen to me from time to time. When it does, you can just hit Escape and get back to your normal view. All right, let's go ahead and select the heart. You'll notice when we do that you have a little box around the heart with these little handles. That is your bounding box, and sometimes it accidentally gets turned off. To turn it back on, you can go to View and then Show Bounding Box. Right now mine is on, so it says Hide Bounding Box. Or you can hit Shift-Command-B, Shift-Control-B on a PC. Here are a few terms I use when I teach. I like to refer to these tools by the letter that you can push on your keyboard to get to them. If I say, okay, let's get our Z tool, that is your zoom tool, and you can just hit Z on your keyboard to get to it. Or if I say the A tool, that's your direct selection tool, and you can just hit A on your keyboard to get to it. But I'll always say it's your direct selection tool, and here's where to find it on your toolbar. Now, I mentioned this before, but when I say click off, you'll want to click in an area of your canvas that doesn't have anything on it. If you have a big background box, that might be a little hard to do. So there's also a keyboard shortcut for that. It's Shift-Command-A or Shift-Control-A, and that just deselects everything. So those are a few keyboard shortcuts that I hope you'll find very helpful in Adobe Illustrator. Alright, if you like this video, please click on the like button, and I'll see you in a couple days with another graphic design tutorial. Thank you!